Okay guys, I'm back here in the garage working a little bit on the 64 Impala. Today is February 5th, Thursday. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening. I've got the quarter panel, the 64 quarter panel from hell is what I'm going to call it now. As I said before, I've had trouble with this side trying to get it to line up. As you can see, I've got this tail light panel clamped in here. Zoom out a little bit, I'm a little bit close there. As I close this trunk, it still rubs right here on the edge, and it's really tight gap there. And I've adjusted the tail panel as much as I can to get that 3/16 or so gap right in there. That's looking pretty good. There it's a little bit more. As it goes up, it's a little bit tight right there. But then when you hit this quarter panel of the trunk, then it's really close there. And as you go up on the trunk, as you go up further, it's really good here. It's got 3/16 of a gap there, but about this point is where it starts to get really tight here from this point on. And I've got several other problems. I tried to put the porter power from here to my rotisserie, from this point to here, to see if I could move that panel completely over. Well, it will stretch, it will move over, but then again when you let it go, then it comes back to this spot. I probably did something that I shouldn't have done. I cut this piece here. This is where the trunk channel goes. I cut this piece down through here thinking that I would relieve some of the stress on the quarter panel by moving this out, moving this end out. Because when you move it out, it causes stress on that panel, and as you can tell right there, it starts to separate at my seam. Let me get the camera right, try to zoom in there. There's my seam there, and there's where the panel joins. I've got it clamped there, and it just stretches that out. And right there, it's not really in the bind right now. I mean, it is in a bind there, but if I move it over some more, it really stretches real bad up here. Let me see if I can get up here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can get the camera on there. Yeah, right there. So my spot welds are there. So I really can't spot weld this panel together there. I'm gonna have to do something here, maybe stick another shim, a piece of metal shim or something inside there and spot weld it, or either get it close enough to where I can spot weld it there. And also on one of my last videos, y'all said to of course this goes spot welded at that seam, and then you fill it in with seam sealer. But I don't know if that would be too much seam sealer there at that. If I just left it like that and spot welded that and then fill that in with seam sealer, I don't know if that would be too much. So I'd like to get y'all's guys' opinion if y'all have any suggestions. But it didn't relieve the stress by cutting this piece here. I thought I could move this over and it'd relieve some of the stress, and then I would weld it back. But it didn't do much of anything, so I'm just gonna have to weld it back, and I just created more work for myself. The only other thing I can come up with is is cut this quarter panel from where it starts to get tight, about right in here. Just cut it down here and maybe move that in some, just enough to get a pretty good gap there, 3/16. Like I said, I'm happy with the way it's closing here. It's just in this area here, and I really don't know what else to do other than to cut it here. And like I said, I'm gonna have to weld this back here, and then I decided that I was gonna use the old trunk weather stripping channels. I welded all the holes back up on the old channel, cleaned it up, and it goes right in here. The old one just fits a lot better than the new ones that I bought. The new ones won't fit around this corner, and unless you really you really have to put some stress right at this point to get it to come up. And this one, the old ones, like I said, just fit a whole lot better. They just fit good. So I decided to go ahead and use the old ones. They're still in pretty good shape. They're not really like this. This one on this side, I had put epoxy primer and everything on it, but the other one I got to clean up, sandblast, and it's got a little bit of rust on it, but it can be cleaned up. But that's where I'm at on this quarter panel. I'm just lost at this point, right in that area. Get a better shot of that. See how much gap separates at that point right there, and that seam. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. And this quarter panel on this side, for some reason, has been, like I said, I'm gonna call it quarter panel from hell. And I really don't think I can move the trunk anymore. The trunk is pretty much lined up where it's gonna go. It's not gonna go in anymore right here. I'm happy with that gap on the back. It's pretty consistent gap there. And this side, it's gonna be the same here. You know, I got a pretty good gap in here starting in the middle point, but then it starts to close up. This side I might be able to separate just a little bit right in there, but I will have to work. I can probably work with this one a little bit better. I can probably get that one about right in there. It will have to do a little bit of adjusting, but not like that one, because as you can see on that seam, it's separated now. But when I clamp that one together, it clamps up pretty good and really close. It doesn't put a whole lot of stress on the panel when it's clamped up, and if I adjust it here, it doesn't really stretch that panel out like that other side. I don't think there's enough light. It's not going to focus there. I don't have it clamped on that end right now, but yeah, this one's not as bad. So I've got to get this side fitted. Oh, sorry about all that zooming and everything, but I've got to get this side fitted first, I think, and then work on that side. So let me know what you guys think as far as splitting this and adjusting it in. That looks like about the only option I'm gonna have. I don't know what else to do. And let me know what you guys think about that big seam there. If I need to stick another piece of metal in between that, shim it up somehow, and then weld it, and then seam sealer, or spot weld it there the best I can and then just put seam sealer in it. Of course, I'm gonna have to fill in a gap here. I can just probably weld that or fill that in. Everywhere else on the quarter panel, it fits. I mean, it's fitting about where it's going to go. This is you know, up against my drop off, and it's already going under into this drop off here, and under the wheelhouse I have it screwed down under the wheelhouse here, and I have it clamped down here on the bottom. And of course my gaps here in my door, that's another story. I'll have to work that down there, but I'd like to get this tail end completed where I could live with it here. So anyway, let me know what you guys think and about solving that situation. Like I said, at this point I'm kind of lost, other than yeah, I mean, I don't know, other than the splitting it here and moving it in. That's the only thing I know what to do. And like I said, I've already cut that quarter panel up, and I'm beginning to think it's the quarter panel itself, that maybe it's something on the quarter panel that the way it was made. Or I have noticed that this bend here along here, I mean, the quarter panel measures, both of them measure the same distance from here to here, but this is more of a curved bend. I don't know how to describe it. A curved bend here, and this bend is a little bit more sharper. It's kind of dirty there. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this bend here is not as curvy as that one. This one's a little bit more sharper bend, more consistent, and this one is more flat around here. It's not a sharp bend like that other one. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but they're definitely not the same. There's the same brand of panels that I bought, you know, bought them both at the same time, same brand. I think they're not Dynacorn, they're I think, like, I forget what the box said, TriStar, or I don't remember, something like that. I got them from AMD sheet metal. Of course, they don't make these panels, they get them from Taiwan, but they're definitely not the same. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble here, so let me know what you guys think, and I'll try to upload this video here tonight and see where I can go from there, because I'm getting kind of frustrated on this back end. I know it's not going to fit perfect. I mean, I'm going to have to do something. I'm just assuming that that's how. I mean, it's going to fit, and you just got to adjust it the best you can, I guess. But yeah, I'm frustrated, I guess you can say. Anyway, I'm gonna upload this video and tell me what you guys think, and you'll leave me some comments there and suggestions or something of what I can do there. Again, thanks guys for watching, and thanks for all the subscribers and the people subscribing. I'm up to 150, I think now. A little bit over 153, somewhere in there, and that's great. So guys, keep watching, and thanks for all your suggestions on all the other questions I've had, and I hope I don't ask too many questions, but you know, like I said, I've never messed with something like this before. Just learning on the YouTube videos, and I guess, you know, you just got to do it like everybody else. I've seen some videos on there that they've never done it before, but man, their cars turned out great. Anyway, thanks guys, and let me know what you think.